Take a seat and welcome to the Sit Down.
Hey guys, welcome to the Sit Down. Awesome guest on here today, Ben Strinden, forward here at the University of North Dakota on the hockey team. Can't wait for you guys to hear his story. So take a seat, welcome in, and enjoy this awesome episode with Mr. Ben Strinden. All right, before we get started, everybody, if you guys could just please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done that already, go right below the video, press the subscribe button. Not only does that help us, it gets it out to as many people as possible. It's completely free for you, but if you could just subscribe, that would help us out. Like the video, share it with somebody you know, and let's get into it. All right, guys, well, welcome to the Sit Down. We got a special guest here today, coming to you from a pretty special place, one that we've spent a lot of time with. We got Mr. Ben Strinden. We are going to get into it all, but Benny, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we just got a tour. We got a couple people behind the set here of the Ralph. Man, you spent a lot of time in here playing the game of hockey, but you spent a lot of time where we're at right now.
Oh yeah,
on the
100%.
concourse.
Hours and hours. Friday nights, baby.
Coming to games, and making the trek. Yeah,
sweet.
Your grandpa, your family, and you were a Sioux fan for a long time. We're gonna get into Ben's story and some of the stuff that he's been through, what he's got going on right now. But as we're recording this, you guys just got back from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
You guys brought some hardware back.
Yeah. Clinch the Penrose.
That's big time, dude.
Let's go.
What is that, 7th Penrose Cup now?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, the UND, we own the Penrose, baby.
I love it. I love it. So as we're recording this right now, the boys are at an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Cannot tell the people where they're at, but the Penrose is being put to use, and
100%.
we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
But after we're done here, Ben's gonna go and
Eat cereal out of it.
That's right. Yeah, of course. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Benny, man, we gotta tell the people though, because we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And your brother Jacob is one of my good buddies. We went to school together, and I remember we were actually talking about it earlier. And when I moved to Fargo, I moved from Grand Forks to Fargo, and my mom lied to me, said that they didn't have hockey in Fargo, and I believed her. You know, I was a kindergartner.
Yeah.
I believed her, and so I started playing basketball, and that worked out for me. But I remember I came home from kindergarten one day, and I was like, Mom, you told me that they didn't have hockey in Fargo, and Jacob told me that he's going to his brother's Ben's hockey game tomorrow. I'm like, what's this about?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, they must have just got it. You know? And so you were the one that opened my eyes that my mom was actually lying to me. They had.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but your mom saved a lot of money.
She probably
Put
did.
yourself in hockey.
Yeah, a $30 pair of basketball shoes
That'll
versus
Exactly.
that works. You started playing hockey at what age though?
Oh gosh, I mean, my dad played college hockey at Concordia in Moorhead. He was a good hockey player. He had me and my brothers in skates right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the one I think that probably clung to it a little, like the most. Me and Joe, Jacob didn't like it. No, he didn't. I think the story is he went out for a skate and a girl actually hit him.
Okay,
and he ended up quitting. Yeah,
that's where he drew the line in the sand.
Yeah.
Jacob would have always. I think Jacob would have liked to put on the suit and be behind the bench.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's got a role there for sure.
Yeah,
but it's ever since I was probably 2 or 3 years old, I was in skates.
On skates.
Yeah.
So then you're progressing up. You grew up in Fargo.
Yep.
Progressing up through the youth ranks. Tell me a little bit about that and coaching. Your dad coached you for a long time.
He did. Yeah. So my dad and then one of my best friends, Zach Sandy's dad, he's here too with me playing. Tim Sandy. Yeah, they coached. We played for the Fargo Angels, the private school team in town, and it was awesome. It was a small, I don't know if you've ever been to Sunmart Arena, but we played at this rink that was just, it was horrible. It was like a glorified outdoor rink, probably even colder somehow than the outdoors.
Yeah.
Had the best ice though, and yeah, that's all where all my early memories of hockey come from.
Let's can we get a picture of what's it called?
Sunmart Arena.
Sunmart Arena.
I think it's torn down at this point.
Oh no.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. That's good stuff. So Sunmart Arena led to some high school hockey.
Yeah.
We played. Now, what's the co-op down in Fargo? Is it Fargo South and
Fargo? Yeah. So it's, oh gosh, when I was there, Fargo South, Shanley, Woodrow Wilson, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Then Park Christian Co-op, Oak Grove, pretty much all the private schools.
with South and Shanley?
With South and Shanley.
So how long did you play high school before you transferred out to?
I played 1 year, just
Okay.
my freshman year.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I had the opportunity to leave.
So tell me a little bit. You're a freshman in high school, and you get the opportunity to go pursue at a different level. What was that like, leaving your house as a 14, 15 year old?
Yeah, it was obviously a big leap of faith. I think more so for probably my parents than for me.
Yep.
I was just a dumb kid following a dream, so I was ecstatic to just go and get to play hockey every single day with great coaching. But it all started with my dad. He was on FCA hockey board.
Yep.
So there was talks of having like an academy for a while, and I was actually, I think, probably 10 years old, and he mentioned it to me. He's like, "Hey, there's talks of this. Maybe one day you can go play." At that time, they were thinking it'd be in probably Fargo, Moorhead area.
Yeah.
But it ended up being in Alexandria, Minnesota, and I got to take that leap of faith and go there.
Well, that actually ended up being pretty nice. You get to go to the academy, but it really only is hour and a half down the road.
Oh, that's perfect. It was great.
And so tell me a little bit about going to Northstar, and were you there year round, or is it just the school year? Or what did your daily
Yeah, we were there
look like?
just during the school year.
Okay.
But it was run by a great guy named Rick Randazzo. He's a former Army Ranger, so he's very, very disciplined.
Yeah.
It's all about just your habits and your schedule. So we wake up at 7, probably 6:30 actually, be at the rink by 7. We'd be doing chapel 7 to 7:30. Then we'd be on the ice 8 to 9 doing skills. And then 9 to 10 we'd be in the weight room lifting. 10 to 3 we'd be in the school getting our work done. And then 3:30 to 5 team practice.
Yeah.
So you're skating twice a day.
Jeez.
Working out. Yeah, I got a lot better.
You got a glimpse of college athletics
100%.
as a 15-year-old.
100%. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
That's pretty cool.
That schedule, yeah.
So you go to Alexandria, you get thrown into the world of training for hockey, but also, get to be a kid too.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about some of the relationships.
Yeah, I mean, they were huge. Some that come to mind. So I actually lived with the assistant coach. His name's Tim Jackman.
Okay.
And that was one of the bigger reasons that I went. I was kind of on the fence. And he came up to me and my buddy Jens Richards. He lived with me there. He said, "Hey, you guys can live in my basement."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, this guy's a former NHL player. Like, it's pretty sweet." So
what an opportunity to go live in the basement
100%.
of a former NHLer.
100%.
That's every kid's dream. Let's go.
Yeah, all the guys that were there were just, I mean, great men of faith. Someone like Tim, he has an amazing story to where he was in the NHL, but he wasn't following the Lord. He was broken to a point where he's almost committing suicide. And then Jesus comes in and completely transforms his life.
Yep.
And I got to see that firsthand. Guys like that. Obviously, I'm super close to a lot of my teammates.
Yep.
A lot of the coaches, everyone. I'm still close with everyone there.
And you really got to kind of almost build the base of who you
100%.
wanted to be.
Yeah.
Man, what a blessing that was. So then you're there for how many years?
I was there 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know the years exactly, but my sophomore and junior year.
Yep.
Yeah, or the years.
And then what happens after that?
Yeah. So after that, I had 2 great years there. Really developed. I kind of came in to Northstar. I was always good at hockey. Like, I loved it. I worked hard. But I was always kind of one step below, like, I'd say, the elite guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was never really getting any recognition. But after Northstar, I went there and I just catapulted my development. So after that, I got blessed to get drafted into the USHL, which is like the top American junior league for people that don't know hockey. We got drafted to the Muskegon Lumberjacks in Michigan. So that's where I went next.
And let's throw up a map on where Muskegon is.
The farthest team away from Fargo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, there's a lot of USHL teams in this.
There's
area.
one in Fargo.
Fargo Force.
They were supposed to draft me, actually.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That blood.
So I was playing Fortnite. I remember it vividly. I wasn't really paying attention to the drafts. I didn't want to worry about it, but yeah, my family wasn't too pumped to hear Muskegon, Michigan.
But Muskegon, Michigan. You just got back from Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Playing Western. That's just down the road from Muskegon.
Yeah, it's
isn't
1
it?
hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your billet family, the family that you got placed with
Yeah.
while you were there, they got to come to that game. Tell me a little bit about the relationship that you had with the billet family,
Yeah.
and kind of how God placed you in that.
Oh, I mean, I got every billet family I've been with. I've been extremely blessed. I know that's something that can honestly make or break your junior experience. But yeah, Wendy and Steve Grassman are who I lived with in Michigan, and they were unbelievable. They took me in like I was their own. They absolutely fed me anything I wanted. And they treated me like I was their own son. So that made it a lot easier to be away from Fargo for sure.
Man, you say that with such grace, but I can't imagine. I mean, Anna, you're behind the camera right now. Can you imagine sending your kid away as a high schooler, like from your parents' standpoint?
Yeah.
I mean, we should get Michelle on here at some point and get her perspective. But what was that like on your family?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was really hard on my parents. But it was actually the deciding factor was my brother Joe.
Okay.
He pretty much went to him and said, like, you gotta let him go. We were at Doolittle's, I remember, in Fargo. And that was after that, they're like, all right, like, this is a huge step of faith, but obviously it being in Alexandria made it a lot better. And me living with the family that we already know also helped, but it was, I mean, a huge step of faith.
So you go to Muskegon, Michigan, and you're there for how many years?
2 years.
2 years.
Some ups and downs there too, man.
Yeah, which we could probably spend a whole hour talking just
100%.
about what you learned in Muskegon, what you learned in Alexandria, all the phases. Would you say, though, that during all these phases, you go from Fargo South and playing in Fargo, then going to Northstar, Muskegon, was there always in the back of your head a thought of like, okay, all of this is so that I can end up blank? Did you have a place where you're like, okay, this is the end goal?
Yeah, this was the place. I mean, growing up from a young age, I really didn't have like an NHL team. Like, this was my NHL team.
Yeah.
So this was completely the end goal, which it's hard not to when you grow up and you're 2 years old sitting in the suite.
Yep.
And like you grow up watching legends come through here. But yeah, it was right here.
Let's talk a little bit about that. You know, you talk about legends, watching legends. We just were downstairs and like Osh and Taves and, you wear number 21 because of Matt Fratton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And guys that, even when I was here that are now playing, and Tyson Jost and Kawaguchi and Jake Sanderson.
Professor.
Just
shout out Reese Gaber.
Yeah, like I mean, just all I'm looking right behind you, like the CBS line.
Oh yeah,
Kajula and Schmaltz. You can't forget those guys either. There was legends, and we need to pause because maybe the greatest hockey game that was ever played was played a couple weeks ago in the gold medal game.
Oh yeah.
And all right, it's not the greatest upset of all time because the U.S. has some dogs. Yeah. But was that the greatest hockey game of all time?
Oh, that was unbelievable. Yeah, me and Anna were watching it with her family. And the whole time, obviously, second period on, USA was kind of getting dominated.
Yes, they're just holding on.
It was hell about keeping them in it. And I had a feeling the whole time, I'm like, USA is going to win this. And I'm going to text all my Canadian teammates. That's right. Wow, USA dominated that whole game. They really deserved that win. And that's exactly what I did. It felt good.
It felt really good. I just like that last play when Jackie pokes it out, wins the puck against the best defenseman in the world, in Makar. And then, was it Werenski?
He passed it to Hughes.
So he goes and wins a puck battle against McKinnon. Yeah. Like, McKinnon widely thought of as the number 2 player in the world. And then, obviously Hughes finishes it off. But, like, 2 UND guys on that USA team. Brock Nelson, obviously another UND legend. Sanderson had a couple good years here. The end goal was to be in this program. Yeah. And then you get the opportunity. Yeah. Tell me about what the recruiting process was like, kind of from the time that you got to Muskegon until you ended up in Grand Forks.
Yeah, so the first time I actually got talked to by UND, I was at Northstar my second year. We played at the Ralph.
Okay.
Played against a Canadian team. I had a great game, had like a hat trick. All the coaches were in the stands, and they went to my dad and my grandpa, who's alive at the time. They said, "Hey, we're gonna start recruiting your son." And that was, they obviously told me that, and I was in an absolute dream. And like that just fueled the fire even more, because at that point I didn't always think it was like possible.
Yeah.
But like when you're that close and you can feel it, like I went on an absolute COVID hit. My dad went into Shields. He got the last weight set. And that's what I did during COVID, is I lifted weights with my buddy Anthony Mangini, who's on the team.
Yeah.
Over FaceTime, we did 2-a-days in COVID. And
you had FaceTime weight sessions.
Yeah, exactly.
With now a currency.
Yeah. No, things have worked
crazy.
out crazy.
That's unreal.
But I'd play Fortnite and work out.
Yeah.
That was my COVID. Yeah.
How many solo dubs do you get on Fortnite?
Oh, I don't know. I like playing duos and
You're more of a duo guy. Yeah.
Solo's kind of lonely.
I've only got one solo dub on Fortnite, and I was a total bush guy.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Just hang out, wait until it's one-on-one. Yeah. I only needed to get one, right? Yeah, terrible. So then, okay, so you start getting recruited, and during your time in juniors, what was the communication like? I mean, did they come out and see some games?
Yeah.
And then how did it end up where you get a scholarship offer and you get to commit?
So the USHL is obviously a great league, great developmental league. So after my last year at Northstar, went to Muskegon as a 6th-round pick. You're really not guaranteed to make the team.
Yeah.
But I went in just with an underdog mentality, and I fought and clawed my way to make that team. Just told myself I'm gonna be the hardest working guy. And I made the team. UND offered me, actually, right when I made the team, they offered me.
Yeah.
Probably not a great scholarship, but I didn't care.
You got
it was
something.
Over Zoom.
Yeah.
I took it right away. And yeah, from that point on, obviously had a really hard first year in Muskegon. I think I played 20 games. I had 1 goal, had 2 concussions.
I was going to say you were battling
4
some
concussions and then goals.
Yeah.
I was back in Fargo a lot, getting like the hyperbaric treatment stuff on my head. And that was coming from a Christian school where you're around men of faith. Like that was really my first test in life and in the hockey world. And yeah, I was able to cling closely to my faith throughout that time, leaned on a lot of my Northstar friends, and it was actually probably my best developmental years of my faith I've ever had, which is crazy how that works.
Sometimes, man, you got to go get tested.
100%.
Right? You got to get out in the water and swim a little bit.
100%.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So then you come back to UND, and let's hold off on getting into your college career, because I want to talk about people. And it was interesting as we were setting up the equipment here to record. We got talking about Litchville, North Dakota. Shout out to Litchville and Lemoore. Anna behind the Go Lobos. Yeah. By the time that this is released, we'll have already had the state tournament. But Anna, all she can talk about is the state tournament. Garrett's getting drug along to go support the Lobos. but we're talking about Litchville because your grandpa was from Litchville, and man, I remember coming my freshman year, coming down University Avenue, and I think it was called the Strinden Center.
Yeah,
and
it was.
They took down the building when they built the Gorecki, the new alumni center, but your grandpa was head of the alumni for a lot of years. Yeah. Big name in the state of North Dakota, in politics. Yeah. But he was a huge part of this university. So, I mean, the reason that you were in the suite at the games was because your family's got ties here.
Oh yeah, I mean we all bleed green.
Yeah, like the right shade of green
100%. Yeah, green. If you're a Strinden, you're coming to UND for sure. And like you said, my grandpa was, I mean, huge in this building, in this university.
Yeah.
And it was right towards the tail end of his life that I committed and came here. But he had dementia and stuff towards the end. But we got him like a cutout of the newspaper that said I committed to UND, and probably 4 times a day he'd call me to tell me how proud he was of me. I still have some voicemails, but that's just the type of guy he was. Like, he was so encouraging to everyone around him, just a natural born leader, and yeah, great, just a great man.
Man, Earl was the man. Earl and Jan, for that matter.
Jan, seriously.
Yeah, Jan was awesome too. Just a couple times getting to go out to your guys' place out on Lida, and I think that's maybe where the wood pile was. But that quote I read in the magazine the other day.
It's gotta be his best quote. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say it?
Yeah, leave the wood pile higher. Whatever you're doing, just leave it better than it was before.
Man, Earl was a good dude, and he's since passed on. My grandpa passed on a couple years ago as well. Losing your grandpa is it stinks.
Yeah,
because my only experiences with my grandpa were good.
100%.
Like your dad and your mom and your siblings, you fight and you battle, and that does grow you closer. But man, your grandparents,
they're just giving you candy.
All they've done is love you.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's so true.
Just spoiling you.
Yeah. Speaking of loving, we do need to address the fact that there are 2 Annas behind the camera right now, because for many of the listeners, they know the Anna that is Garrett's Anna, but you also have an Anna.
I got a beautiful fiance.
Yeah. And so Anna is with us. Let's just get Anna. Anna, you want to come on the pod? Yeah, let's pull her up. Garrett, grab a chair for her. And Anna, when we were talking offset, told me that you're from Alexandria. I want to get into a little bit. Tell the UND fans, because there's gonna be a lot of UND people listening. Come on over, Anna. Yeah, welcome to the Sit Down.
Thanks.
Welcome.
You gotta tell a little bit about your guys' story.
Yeah.
How you guys met.
Yeah. You want to, or should I? Yeah. So obviously Northstar is in Alexandria. I obviously knew who Anna Doherty was. Everyone in Alexandria did at that time.
Oh, I love it.
She didn't know who I was, but I knew who she was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was probably my last year in Northstar. We kind of met through one of my best friends, Truett Olson. Was at the time was with one of her best friends. So we started hanging out, and we really built like a friendship, which was cool that we started as friends for probably about even over a year, maybe about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then I was at my second year in Muskegon, is when I kind of started to shoot my shot a little bit more.
Okay.
And we started to, rekindle something, and from there it just blossomed.
And what do you remember about Ben shooting his shot?
Oh gosh, I know it was over the 4th of July. I think he was hanging out with some of his friends, and I got in a text.
Yeah, I'm a dog.
Yeah.
What?
But he wanted to hang out.
Over the
So
4th
that
of
was
July.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
You're back home in Alexandria.
I trained. I know. Yeah, I was in Alex. I
Okay.
trained a lot in Alex, just staying at my buddy Truett's.
Yeah.
There's some good skates and good lifts there. So
for the guys that are looking to shoot their shots, 4th of July weekend,
it's magic.
go hang out on the lake a little bit.
Go to the dock under the stars.
Love it. That's good stuff. So you guys, dated for a couple of years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
What has it
Just
been?
over 4.
Yeah.
It's 4 in December. Yeah.
4 in December.
Yep.
And now you're no longer dating.
I know.
There's a ring on the finger and engagement, and congratulations to both you guys on that.
Thank you.
We're in literally the same phase
Yeah.
of life,
Yeah, we are.
wedding planning.
That's awesome.
We're gonna get married on the same weekend.
1 day apart.
Yeah,
One
one day
day.
apart from each other. So that's good. We weren't gonna be able to be at each other's weddings because
Fine.
we're gonna have some prior commitments.
Yeah,
But that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Ben, so you go to Muskegon, you come back to North Dakota, and Anna's really been a part of your journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Talk a little bit, because when you go to UND, how old are you as a college freshman?
I'd be 20. Yeah.
You'd have been 20 years old. So you come to UND. Are you guys dating when Ben comes to
Yeah.
UND?
Yeah.
So really throughout this whole time at UND, it's been not just a solo ride. You guys have been
100%.
together.
She's been with me the whole way, even Muskegon. That second year in Muskegon, I really had a great year, which was fun because I felt like I went through all that adversity in my first year. But then the second year, I get blessed with a beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah.
On the ice is going great. I ended up getting drafted in the 7th round in Nashville, which like if you asked me that the year prior, I'd be like, you're an idiot. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
But it was just awesome. I mean, I felt like God was rewarding me for sure.
And you talk about maybe a moment where you've got to see some fruits of your guys' relationship. Senior night
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you got two beautiful, amazing women on each of your arms. Let's throw up a couple pictures of that. Let's get into just tell me what those two women mean to you, and then I got another question to follow up.
Yeah, I mean, they're everything to me. Both of them have sacrificed just a ton for me to be in the place I've been. They've both been through a lot. Obviously, losing my dad, my mom, I mean, can't imagine how hard that is on my mom, but also just like my dad and Anna were so close too. And to watch her just step up and be there for me and my whole family throughout that was unbelievable. And obviously, ideally, I wish my dad was out there with me on senior night, but I mean, to have both of them was, it was a moment I'll never forget.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Your dad, for those that didn't know Tom Strinden, he's the guy that I wanted to have as my dad.
I know. I think you said that when you were young, didn't you, or something?
Literally.
Yeah.
You know, we went to before school, the preschool care at Park, and I went home and told my mom, hey, I think I found I found a dad for us, because my mom was a single mom. And my mom said, who is that? And I said, Jacob's dad. Also Ben's dad, right? And my mom said, well, Hunter, Jacob's dad is married to Jacob's mom. So he's off the market. But Tom was he was somebody that when he walked into the room, he brought a sense of joy. And you could literally feel the Spirit of God through
for
it.
Sure.
And so you know, we talk about senior night, and obviously there is a sense of gratefulness because you got some amazing people next to you, but there had to be a sense of man, I sure wish there was one person
100%
still here. Tell me just a little bit about your relationship with your dad growing up.
Yeah, I mean, my dad, like you said, he's an unbelievable person. And just from a young age, like, he's the most selfless person that I'll ever meet. And he showed that to me just through the support in my hockey career. Me and just my brothers, all my siblings, but he never put pressure on me, which is something I'll always remember. Like, some dads are so hard on their kids. If you're not having a good game, they yell at you. Like if I didn't have a good game, my dad would try to pull up the littlest details of something I did right. He'd be like, wow, you really skated hard to the bench on your changes. Like, that's something. And I'm like, Dad,
Come
just
on,
leave me alone.
Right.
No, but he, I mean, I was super close with him. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to come here so bad was for my dad. So, it's something I'm really glad I was able to do.
So Anna, tell me a little bit about your relationship. You come in, and what's your first thought of the Strinden family when you started getting to know Ben?
Well, the first time that I ever went, Ben's parents built a house in Fargo, their most recent one, and it was kind of right when Ben and I started dating. And it was around Christmas time, and I had met his mom and his brother and Sarah prior, but we went around Christmas time, and Ben hadn't been to their new house either, and I hadn't, so we were both going there for the first time, and we like went and knocked on the front door, and like the first person to open the door was Tom. Like, he was just right there, super happy. So that was my first impression of Tom. But yeah, he was so awesome. Yeah, just with open arms, and everybody too. It wasn't even just me, it's just he was.
How did that relationship grow? Because I mean, obviously there was a first time of coming through the door at Christmas. But there was also, 2 years, 3 years into that relationship. How did you guys' relationship grow?
I would say a lot was, revolved around hockey, just spending time, in the suite with him, or, kind of traveling or going where Ben was playing and doing whatnot. A lot of it had to do with hockey, but I grew up playing hockey, so, there are things you can relate to.
A lot of ranting to Anna, probably over text. My first 3 years been great here, so he got to vent a lot. I know, to Anna.
Sure.
he would always like say, "Well, I know he won't listen to me, but I listen to you."
Yeah,
So
trying
that's
to
why
trying
he
to
would-
pass the
Yeah.
message along through you.
Yeah. So
That might not end either.
yeah, I know.
seriously.
That
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might keep going on. So you touched on it, Ben.
Yeah.
First 3 years here, there's some struggle.
Yeah.
There's a little adversity. Coaching change happens, and then you get news that you never want to get.
Yeah.
And just tell me a little bit about the first time where you learn that cancer has arrived in your family.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was my sophomore year. We were playing Colorado College at Colorado College. My parents were at the game. They were there that weekend. But yeah, after the Saturday game, I get a text that just said, "Call me," which really never want to hear that. But it was my dad. He was super calm. He's like, "Hey, like, had an accident. I was on the Peloton biking like he always would, just a beast." But he passed out on the Peloton, woke up in the hospital. And he said, "Yeah, so we gotta." Nothing at that point. They didn't know anything, but they just said, "Yeah, we gotta stay here for a little bit, see what's going on." So obviously, I'm sure I called Anna right away. But then it was probably the next day. I think they had a group FaceTime with me and all my siblings, and they told us what it was. Obviously, my dad tried to downplay it. He used all the scientific words, and I stupidly looked it up on Safari, which you never should do.
Right.
They're very, very realistic about the odds. So I said like 1 to 2 year, maybe if you're lucky. And
Right.
I mean, at that point, it's just, you don't even know what to think.
Mhm.
It's,
That's a moment that has got to be one that's burned into your head.
yeah.
Do you try and push that away, or do you
Yeah.
just try and hold on to stuff?
No, I'm someone that completely pushes that stuff away. Which these past couple of years, there's been a lot of moments like that eventually I probably need to sit on and rehash. But I'm someone that uses it almost as motivation.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I grieve. I love going in the weight room just alone and
Mhm.
just me and my thoughts. Which when my dad passed, it's kind of what I did. I was right back in Grand Forks. We were right back in Grand Forks pretty much right after the funeral. And yeah, I was working out pretty much the next day. Just because it's kind of the only way I know how to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Your dad battled though
Yeah.
for a long
yeah.
time, and I remember I sat with him at a game, and man, we thought that we beat it.
Yeah. Seriously.
Tell me a little bit about that, because it was kind of a roller coaster where
Yeah.
we kind of thought that we had got past this, and then it comes back.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, he fought, I mean, so hard. And I mean, to watch his faith through that was just unbelievable, because he truly did think he was going to beat it. And every single day he trusted that the Lord was in control. And he used it as his mission. Like, to every nurse that he talked to every person that came and asked how he's doing, like, he don't want to talk about himself. He wants to talk about you. He wants to see where you're at with your faith, because he wants to know that whatever happens after this, that he's going to get to see you in heaven. And that's exactly what he did. But like you said, yeah, about it, I think he battled it for, what, 17 months?
17 months.
I'd say 12 of those months, he was pretty much healthy.
Yeah.
And like, you really wouldn't even, minus a little bit of hair loss, you wouldn't really notice that he had a stage 4 brain tumor. But it was towards the end, especially around Christmas. He almost passed away over Christmas. Thankfully, we were all there with him. My whole extended family was there with him. It was kind of our last big family vacation together. And one moment from that I'll remember is he sat in his wheelchair at that point. But to my whole family, he preached the gospel, because that's what he wanted to do, which is really cool. Yeah, but from that point on, he just kind of slowly went downhill. Yeah.
Talk about that moment, standing up, preaching the gospel. I think of moments that come back into my head. I'm thinking we're sitting up there in the suite, and and he's talking about one of the players that's going through a hard time last year. I can't even remember his name, but he's like, man, I was just trying to encourage him and that the Lord has this plan for him. And I was just, I could feel it. Like I could feel it. And I was just trying to encourage this player. And lo and behold, you guys are in the national tournament last year. And guy scores the game tying goal. I'm just like, oh, well, Tom was right again. You know, that moment sticks out for me. But is there any other moments that you look back on and they're flashing your head right now of like, that's how I remember my dad?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. One thing that I'll always just miss is, like just how encouraging he was to everybody. After every game, he'd send me just like a huge paragraph, like I said, just about little things I did right. But he was just someone that he was on your team. You could have known him for 5 minutes, but he was on your team. And like that's what he'll be known for. He was probably the most selfless person you're ever gonna meet. Obviously, nobody's perfect, but he was just a man of just honesty, integrity, and selflessness. Yeah, but there's a lot of, I mean, especially towards the end, there was a lot of really cool just God moments. Like when we said goodbye to him, we all were at Lake Lida with him, which is exactly where he wanted to go. He didn't want to go in a hospital bed. And it was, what was it, the 4th of July? We actually got him in the water. And it put him in a chair. We got him a beer. And we all just were sitting at my cousin, the Heinman's house, or just throwing he was just watching us throw the football, which like that's what he liked to do. Just wanted to see other people happy.
Boy, what a special moment.
Mm-hmm.
How did this situation and adversity change you, but really change your guys' family? How have you seen it kind of shape yourselves?
I mean, you want to answer that, Marsh?
Well, I think for me, I guess a lot of people too, is it's more inspiring than anything because, I mean, like the odds that he was given, were horrible, but he handled it in a way that I don't even know how he did it. You know what I mean? It's just like every day he was putting his best foot forward despite what he was up against. So I think more so than anything, I was inspired by it. And I think, everyone else was too, because it was, just amazing. There's really no words to explain just the peace that he had throughout his battle.
I think it was honestly a miracle the way he handled it. And it absolutely proved just what God can give you, the peace that God can give you. Like he was a living proof of that. And that's something I'm always going to remember, like no matter what I'm going through, that if I lean on my faith, I'll be fine. That's something I got the opportunity to speak at my dad's funeral. And that's what I wanted to say was, this is nothing short of a miracle how he handled this. And whatever you're going through, it's it's going to get better. And if it doesn't, like, this isn't our final home. Like we're not meant to be here forever. We're meant to be in heaven. And that's something all of it.
I was at your dad's funeral, and I've got tears in my eyes now because that was one of the more powerful speeches that I've ever heard. Because in the time of grief and sorrow and crushed souls within the entire room, you spoke life. And that was a direct testament of your dad's influence on you.
100%. Yeah.
Like that's exactly what he would have done. I think he actually maybe even said that, like, well, if my dad was here, he'd want you all to hear the gospel. So that's what I'm going to do.
100%.
And that was powerful, man. That changed hearts that day.
Yeah, no, and obviously that was not me whatsoever. That was the Lord working through me, which I'm just grateful that I was able to do that. I know I would have regretted not being able to talk at it, but yeah, if my dad passing away means one person changed his life, gave his life to Christ at that funeral, I think you take that. You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah,
which is
powerful.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
I was talking to Ben's mom because we had gone to Kalamazoo actually last weekend together. And we were just talking about how one day we'll be able to see the impact that funeral had on people and just how touching it's going to be, because I mean, obviously you say like, if it means one person, but
There'll be more
you
than
just, there is going to be so many more people and
Yeah,
you're going to
it's
know
just
like
powerful.
just,
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
cool.
the links that,
for sure.
And here's the thing, like I think that's so neat about how God's molded people and in our situations is that that funeral is a direct impact of Tom's life. And there's lots of people that were there because they love Tom, but Tom's influence and the way that he raised his family does not end with Tom.
Yeah.
It goes on with Ben, goes on with Jacob, it goes on with all the people that he touched, and it's just a widespread net. And someday, hopefully, you guys have kids, and that influence that Earl gave to Tom,
Right.
I think it's to Ben, and it just keeps
Right.
getting passed down.
Right.
And to be like a part of that, I have that in my family. Garrett, Anna, you guys have that in your family. Anna, your dad, unbelievable. Like what a unbelievable man of God he is. Like it's an honor
It is.
to be that type of
Mhm.
a person and that kind of influence. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll wrap this this part of it up with the question that I ask all my guests. And I think your dad was an overcomer.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways you're an overcomer. If you were to define the word overcomer, what is it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I think just someone that shows up. Like you don't always have to have your best stuff, and a lot of days you probably won't. But if you show up and you take the eyes off yourself and put it on others, like you're able to do so much more than you would be if you were just thinking about how crappy this is, how sad I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's exactly what my dad did. He changed tens of thousands of lives, doing surgeries, going to Honduras to do surgeries with my brothers. Like he was so selfless, and he didn't always want to do that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't always want to do 40 surgeries a day, but his focus wasn't on himself. It was on others, and he was able to make a lasting impact.
That's big time. So now let's talk about this season.
Yeah.
Because your dad passes away last summer and you got your senior season coming up. And like you said, your first 3 years at UND, they weren't all sunshine and rainbows, man. Like there's some ups and downs, and then you come into this year and the season just wrapped up, regular season, I should say. Postseason's coming up. You're number 4 in the NCHC in points. You were NCHC Player of the Month. What was that, November or December, one of those months?
Yeah.
You guys just won the Penrose Cup. You're going to be likely a number 1 seed in the national tournament coming up here with a chance to go win a national championship. This is literally what you've dreamed about your entire life. Tell me, just walking through the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a season of blessing for sure. Like just after a lot of storms, they always pass, and I think all of my family and Anna too have just felt that. I think it's been just a great year, but yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of success, which I didn't have much of my first 3 years. I actually was really close to transferring, which is crazy to say. But I knew that I knew I had more. I knew I hadn't reached my potential, and I didn't know what it was, but it obviously, the motivation of my dad passing just in the summer off season helped a lot. I told myself like I gotta do this for him. You know what I mean? In every single game I've taken that, and I've played with pride that, I mean, I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm doing it for my dad, for Anna, for my family, like for everyone that has taken me to get here. And I mean, God's blessed me with just a great year individually, but most importantly, just my team is just awesome. Like they're just the best group of guys. I've never been closer to a team. And we had 15 new guys, a new coach. Like we weren't supposed to be this good, but we bonded together. We did hard things together. Laughed, cried, did everything together. And I mean, it showed this year.
What do you think the X factor is? Like, why do good teams win close games?
Yeah,
I mean, what's the unwritten ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah, we believe.
Yeah.
We believe it. We could be down 4-2. I don't know our statistic on this, but the amount of 6-on-5 goals when we pull our net, I think we've had like 5 or 6 of them, which is like unheard of.
Right.
But every game we believe that we're gonna win it, and it's crazy what that'll do. And yeah,
I think that belief, man, the connection that is required for that belief.
100%.
Because man, if you got like a few guys that believe, it doesn't work.
No.
Right.
But like if you've got a unit, a line, 3-4 lines that all believe, the connection aspect, how do you build that connection? Like the empathy, the gratefulness that is required. Like I'm grateful to be here, but I'm also grateful for the guys next to me, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And all it takes is one weak link to ruin the integrity of a whole chain. And we don't have any weak links this year, which I think it comes down to, like I mentioned earlier, just selflessness.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in individual stats in a year to where you're in the lineup, but our team has done a great job of just buying in to wherever you are in the lineup and owning it. Obviously, you don't have to be happy with it. Like it's totally fine if you're playing on the 4th line to want to be on the 1st line.
Yeah.
But we don't have guys hoping that our 1st line players do bad so that they get that spot. They're going to go earn it.
Right.
They're going to go work and practice to get it. But also if the other guy has success, they're going to root for him.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think that's what's special about this team.
All right, going into the national tournament, we got a lot of UND fans that listen to this podcast. What's your message to UND as you wrap up your senior season and you head into your last time with a UND jersey on?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to give it our absolute all. Like the fans here deserve a national championship. They deserve to have the most in college hockey. And we're doing everything we can day in and day out to make that happen. Obviously, we're taking it day by day. I mean, there's no guarantee you're going to win a national championship, but we're going to do everything we can.
That's big time.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in Vegas. And I was told if UND wins a national championship in Las Vegas, you guys are just going to elope.
We're
You guys going to just get elope.
That was news to me. Too, so.
That was my idea. I just said we're going to ride the high.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep the momentum
Just
going.
get married in Vegas and just keep it rolling. I love it. I do have a couple fun ones, and Garrett, if you got a couple good ones too, feel free to throw these in as well. But I do want to get your opinion on a few things.
Sure.
And the first thing that I want to ask is, what is your UND hockey Mount Rushmore?
Okay.
Because we talked about it. We were downstairs, and let's throw some B-roll in of some of the names, the wall of names, and NHL guys everywhere. Give me your top 4.
All right. Well, you got to throw Ralph Engelstad in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're
this
sitting
place.
in his building.
Yes, he built this place. He was a 3rd string goalie, but Jody Hodgson spoke with our team. He said, always treat the 3rd string goalie well.
That's right. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, this year it's my best friend Zach, so who knows? He might be a CEO or something.
I love it.
Yeah, but I got to go Ralph Engelstad.
Okay.
Personally, I got to go TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite player.
He's the guy.
Um,
Shout out to Warroad and the Warriors too.
There's so many legends. I can't keep. I mean, Ryan Duncan.
Ooh, Colby
Baker.
Yep.
You got.
Be very careful. You're down to your last one.
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go personally off of guys I grew up watching.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving out the guys like Tony Herkick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I gotta go with Matt Fratton. The reason I wear 21.
Yeah.
Just an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Scored like 40 goals and would just lay guys out.
Love it. Super physical.
Seriously.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna say a guy's name, and you just give me one word that comes to mind.
Sure.
This is rapid fire.
All right.
All right. Dylan James.
Fast.
Ben Strinden.
I don't want to be selfish on this one.
This is way too slow, man.
Hardworking.
Hardworking. Okay, all right. We'll take hardworking.
Right.
Let's go with Brock Nelson.
Oh, geez. Consistent.
Super consistent.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win another Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I think the Avs are gonna win it all this year.
Oh, they're unbelievable.
They're
Dave Haxtell.
Yeah. Seriously, Hacks can go get another ring.
Yeah, seriously.
That's awesome. All right, let's get into a couple more here. Rushny.
Smart.
You were on his line this
Oh,
past
it's
weekend,
awesome
right?
playing with him. Yeah.
Yeah, just
He
dices
finds
it
you.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super smart.
for Freshman too.
Oh, yeah.
Just super fun to watch.
100%.
EJ Henry.
Character. The fans love him.
Everybody
love
loves
him.
EJ,
Yeah.
man.
100%.
Everybody loves EJ. Oh, let's go with the captain. Let's go Bennett.
Warrior.
Just gritty and
He
tough.
plays on one hip
Yeah.
every single night, but he's the biggest warrior I've seen. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your favorite teammate. And this is a tough question
Oh,
because
gosh.
I get it. I had these teammates too. Give me your favorite teammate. It doesn't need to be your best friend.
All right.
Doesn't need to be the best player, but who's been your favorite teammate? Like
All right.
that you're-
Yeah, I mean, all of my teammates this year are my favorite. I'm gonna specifically call out one guy, Tyler Young.
Yeah.
I mentioned him earlier. He's 24 years old. He was a late add to our team. Scratched the first probably 10 games, but just the most selfless guy. And he just plays the game the right way. He's doing anything for the team to win.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about his goals, points, anything. He just wants the boys to win, and he's just happy for you when you have success.
That's
Which
awesome.
that's a teammate you want.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ty.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we could go through the whole list. I'm not going to make you go through the whole
I
list.
got one.
You got one? Go ahead.
Give me one word to describe my hockey shooting form.
Oh.
Yeah, let's. Oh my god, throw up the B-roll of this.
Oh.
Just
Santa.
broken.
Yeah. Oh, the problem with that
Can't be
word,
fixed though.
I was gonna say the problem with broken is that it meant that it had to have been broken. I don't know if it ever got to the point where it even needed to break. Like it just was never there. Yeah. I will say though, when you put a basketball in G's hands,
It's smooth.
It's a smooth
All right.
shot. So he is.
There you
He's
go.
got a little bit of game. Got a little bit of game. All right. Last couple things, then we'll get out of here. Top 3 Grand Forks food establishments,
All right, Anna's got to help me with this
Oh
one.
geez.
and no, this is no free advertising. But we're gonna just put Harry at the top.
All right,
Harry's is
we're
at
gonna
the
say
top.
our number one. Rest in peace, King Pho.
Yes.
Did you ever go there?
Did you
Yes.
ever? Oh
so
my god.
underrated.
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh.
underrated.
The
Yeah.
spicy beef pho bowl. Shout out Jake Schmaltz. Me and him would go, and Anna.
Yeah.
Every Monday I'd get that. I probably gained 10 pounds, but
Just from that.
that was our favorite thing. So
I know.
that
Okay,
sucks.
so
that's
that's
It's
a-
sad that that's gone, but it was good. I wasn't into it right away, but then
all right. What do you
every
think?
time I kind of tried. Second. Well, we love sushi, so
Yeah.
I mean we're sushi people. We love.
Mhm.
That's kind of our
Sakura?
Sunday. Yeah.
Secure
It's
is
kind of
good.
our Sunday.
I've looked at Kaizen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
Kaizen's
yeah.
good.
Top
Really
Kaizen,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, Kaizen.
So,
Yeah.
that's a solid spot.
Really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
Good.
Yeah.
Ramen. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
Grand Forks sushi, like it's not unbelievable, but
Yeah.
Take what we
Take
can
it.
get.
Take what? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Secure's a good vibe.
Secure is
It's
a
a good vibe.
It's a good
It's been
post.
good to us.
and then
yeah.
Post game, I'd go
I
with
know.
Secure.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Yeah.
For me, I absolutely love Indian Palace. Or House of Punjab. Not Indian
So
Palace.
good.
House of Punjab.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Host of Punjab, the Indian curries,
Oh.
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're not gonna find much better
Oh, I
anywhere
could-
you go.
I could easily smack 6,000 calories in a meal. at House
the
of
the,
Punjab.
the non garlic.
Oh
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so good.
Stop.
Yeah.
We love it.
That's too
Okay, give me your favorite breakfast spot. I mean, there's
Yeah.
an obvious one here. I'm just wondering if you go somewhere
No, if you're obvious as Darcy's, is that what it is?
obvious.
I know. I
Yeah.
wish it was for us. We just really haven't gone that much, which we need to fix that.
Yeah, you should.
We go to the we go to the truck stop. Roadhouse
Yes.
Cafe.
Come on. Oh my god, I do, dude, Benny. We got too much in common.
Every time we
That's
try to go
awesome.
to breakfast on a Sunday, like
It's
it's
just
so
busted.
busy
It's our,
everywhere 'cause
yeah.
there's only like
Roadhouse.
so
Darcy's
many
is
up here.
packed, but our
So
go-to is
then
Roadhouse.
we always
Roadhouse
get
is
in
still
and we just
smacks
get our
with
food
Hey,
and it's perfect.
When I was a freshman, they closed it my sophomore year, but down at the Flying J,
Yeah.
they had poutine for $1. So you could go in, yeah.
yum.
She's always wanted to try that.
Yeah.
I've always
What's
wanted to
the
try
Spud has poutine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Good to
But
try.
yeah, the truck stops
else?
are tough to beat.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Late night food, where do you go?
Yeah. There's some good spots. I've hit a lot of them. We love Taco Bell.
T-Bell. What do you get at the T-Bell?
Just a grilled cheese burrito.
Okay.
Get the Fiesta potatoes, the Doritos Locos. I'm a food guy if you haven't.
You did say that
Yeah,
for the
so-
wedding you got to cut 10 pounds
Yeah, yeah.
because the late night snacking.
Yeah. Yeah, but Taco Bell. I mean,
But you like a little donut, cream cheese donut bite?
Oh my gosh,
So
those
good.
are so good.
I'll get
They're so
Boss
good.
Pizza too
Yeah,
after a game.
and they're open till like 3 or 4.
Oh my
That's how I
gosh,
get
so
it.
late,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Red pepper. Of
Yeah.
course, we'll smack some red pepper.
Absolutely. I only will eat red pepper if it's after 10 p.m.
Yeah. And you gotta have a couple drinks in you.
Yeah, a couple drinks,
Yeah.
red pepper slides down.
It's rude.
We'll add a little white sauce on G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna G, you guys got anything else before we wrap this sucker up?
Something good.
Yeah, let's do something good. G, you want to lead us off?
I do.
All right, man. What do you got?
So Hunter gave us beef sticks that came from his bear, and they are phenomenal.
Yeah, I got a bear.
Where'd you get
no
that?
Let's throw in a picture. I got it up in Manitoba.
How's that taste?
Wow.
It's just like pork.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a hairy pig.
Okay.
But yeah, we mix it with beef, and it's excellent.
Oh, that's hungry.
So yeah, I got a bear with my bow.
When'd you do that?
August.
Congrats.
Wow.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Sweet.
Shot it at 9 yards.
That's
It was
crazy.
a little close for my
Oh
liking,
my
but-
gosh.
Yeah,
You
it
got the
was-
bear spray out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah, so sweet. Shot, thanks,
That's
G.
crazy.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
You like those? They're pretty good.
So good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anna, what you got?
Okay, well, I think I'm hungry after all this food talk because I'm going to continue with the food theme. There's a cafe in Fargo called Moonrise Cafe.
Yes.
I've maybe mentioned this to you. And they make homemade Pop-Tarts that are literally unreal. Me and Garrett would go after church every Sunday, and it started to get a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
Going there every Sunday, so we kind of cut back. But today we treat ourselves, and it is so good.
Yeah.
I think I relapsed.
Just gotta try that.
So we
Yeah,
might be going every
yeah.
Sunday again.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. From one Anna to the next Anna. Anna,
All right.
tell me something good.
Oh gosh.
Can be anything.
Anything you want.
Food,
You
music.
can keep the food thing
Song?
too.
Yeah. Some you ate. Some you read. A show. Yeah.
I think maybe Sandy's Donuts.
Oh man, she stole what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
were you?
donuts.
Shoot.
That's
Dang
all right.
it.
Sandy's
I
donuts
know.
are good. All right.
They are so
Shout out.
good. They're
No free
so
advertising.
good.
Free
Yeah.
advertising. Sandy's donuts. Tough. To...
What's your favorite donut?
Let's throw on the- Oh my gosh.
She likes the Homer Simpson, the pink one.
I don't know if it's just because it's pink, but like it has sprinkles. It's just cute. But
Yeah, that's good.
I'll eat any, honestly. They're just so
Me
good.
too. Yeah. All right, something good. I've been watching Landman.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Oh man, dude. Just making money out in West
100%.
Texas.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
might move to Odessa and become a landman.
You know, I drove from Dallas to Tucson for a basketball tournament a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we were leaving Dallas. It was like maybe 3-4 p.m.
Mhm.
And we got to Midland, Odessa, which for those that know Midland, Odessa from Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
that's West Texas football.
Yeah.
You know, Permian Panthers,
gosh, yeah.
Booby Miles. Remember him, G? Booby Miles. And so when we got to Midland, Odessa, I was like, oh, we're in West Texas now.
Yeah.
And I remember we just got past the city, and there was a sign of miles to a certain amount of cities, and it said El Paso, 279 miles.
Oh
And
my
just
gosh.
feels like, oh my
Oh, no.
goodness, it never ends.
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's so crazy out there. Landman, that is a good show.
That is good. Yeah.
My something good. I'll give you one of each year. I watched Fallout. It's based on the
it a movie?
game. It's a show on Prime.
Okay.
So my two Prime shows right now are Fallout and Cross. Alex Cross was a book series that I love reading.
Yeah.
So Cross is really good about like a detective. So those are my two shows that I'm watching right now. But I got to give a shout out to sourdough donuts.
Oh wow.
I had
my
them for the
gosh.
first
Her-
time.
Her mom is on a
My
sourdough
mom is
tear.
like,
Yeah.
every morning. That's the first thing she does when she wakes up. She makes like
Just bakes.
everything
yeah.
sourdough.
It's good for the
Muffins,
gut, man.
Pancakes, pizza
It's
crust.
so good.
Yeah.
Sourdough is
everything.
amazing.
Yeah, she is really into it.
Good
So
one. That's a good one.
So sourdough
Oh, that
donuts, and
sounds
then
good.
another thing, since we're on the food kick, is my grandma Jane, Mama Jane, as we call her in my family. She got on a crumble cookie kick. She's a baker,
Yeah.
and so she looked up how to make crumble cookie style cookies.
Oh no, man.
She made a 7-layer bar cookie.
Oh my gosh.
Let's just throw in this picture, Anna.
Throw it in.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't even know how she got like the little butter crust on the
Oh my
bottom.
God.
You can tell none of us have eaten dinner yet.
Yeah,
right?
we're
Yeah.
not gonna eat. But yeah, so 7-layer cookies from Mama Jane. Shout out to Mama Jane. She's also gonna bake
Grandma's touch.
my homemade buns for our wedding.
Oh.
That
So we
is
gotta talk
so
wedding
clutch.
planning after the pod wraps up here. But
Yeah.
I need some homemade buns from.
Oh,
my
100%.
gosh.
It's
Yeah.
just not the
That's a great idea.
So.
It is. Yeah.
All right, Benny. Hey, this has been fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This has been
It's
awesome.
been cool. Hopefully, people see your story, see how you've overcome, how your dad overcome, how your family's overcome,
Mhm.
see your guys' relationship, and it inspires others. That's the goal of this whole thing. So I appreciate you coming on. Let's go wear your hat.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on the Sit Down. See you guys.